there's something we didn't cover in the last podcast, which I've been wanting to talk about since the back in the last year, is the Cybertruck.
Oh, mate, we talked about that in the podcast that was never.
Yeah.
What? So yeah, what do you think of that amazing design icon?
I mean, it's just beautiful, isn't it?
Yeah, it's so brilliantly designed.
Yeah, it's. I just don't know what to think of that. I mean, I'm not a Tesla fanboy anyway, as you know.
You're not?
But listen, I can appreciate if you suddenly remove the Joe's petrol head cap or whatever.
Yeah.
And then I was suddenly
Not be much left, would there?
There wouldn't be much left, definitely not. And I was working in London, and I just wanted a car to get from A to B, and I wanted to keep costs down. You know what? I'm going to whisper this. I probably would have something like a Model 3 performance.
Mate, for the used prices at the moment, 25 grand to get you into Model 3.
Exactly.
If you want to dip your toe in EV, go for it.
Exactly. So if I really didn't
Joe's
care
just admitted that he's going to buy a Tesla.
If I really didn't care about the cars, I mean, my good friend and really good motoring journalist, Paul Marrick, who works out, he has unashamedly got a Tesla and he loves it. And I think that's one of his few. He's got a few cars, but I think he almost has that just to wind people up, because it winds me up a lot. But anyway, the Cybertruck, it's just. I mean, it's just.
It looks like it's been designed by a 3-year-old with a crayon.
It does. It's terrible. I don't understand the hype around it. I have to take my hat off to Elon and everyone for actually going through and building it, because when it first came out, I thought, oh, it's just a publicity.
I thought it was just a money-making exercise, because you could put your money down, 100 quid down, and they generated so much cash from that. And I thought they're never going to make that.
Yeah.
And, well, they did. And it looks just like it did in the first drawings. Awful.
Yep.
It's very rapid in a straight line.
Yep. Which electric car isn't.
Well, yeah, true. I mean...
the other thing, so they did this, again, publicity stunt, and I watched something, and I can't remember, but I'm sure you can search it on YouTube. I can't remember who did it, but it was really well broken down. It was like a scientific channel. But they claimed that it would do the quarter mile quicker than a base Carrera or Carrera T, with a Carrera T
being towed.
But actually... when you look at the footage, it's a bit like a Tuatara, the Tuatara.
The Tuatara.
Yeah, with Robert Mitchell and Misha and those guys and Tim. It's actually to the 8th mile. So it's quicker to the 8th mile, but not to the quarter mile. But they don't say that. But this person who properly breaks it down shows that it is only to the 8th mile.
Because then it runs out of aero, probably.
Runs out of aero, and that's when it's all about getting off the line with all that traction, isn't it? And that's where the 911 starts getting its legs and going for gold. But it's interesting, and I think Elon never. He says a drag race, and they hold it at a quarter mile strip, but so most people are just like, wow, it's cool, but it's not. It's an 8th.
And you just see that shot of it going past. Yeah. You assume that's at the end of the drag strip, which is normally a quarter of a mile.
Yes, yeah. So that's clever. But still, I mean, even the fact that it can do an 1/8 of a mile, it's ridiculous. But do we need something that big, that ugly, that dangerous? No, we don't really. But it seems that some people seem to love it.
I appreciate what Tesla does, but I don't get that, and I don't get their big semi truck either. I don't get that. But
no.
Anyway, that's another story for another day.
Another story.
But yeah, Cybertruck. I don't know whether I think there's issues with pedestrian safety, and there's some really nasty, horrible angles on the side of that thing. Typical kind of build quality, really. But
yeah,
just I wouldn't want to be hit by one of them if I was a pedestrian.
No, or run over by one. I mean, it must be over 3 tons.
I don't know.
Yeah. No. Yeah. Not my bag.
No.
It's a Lamborghini of the EV world. It's a very acquired taste. It's made for someone who wants attention, who's like, look at me, I've got a Cybertruck.
Yeah.
But anyway, there you go.